Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Jimmy Dore Show. I am here. You can see my shirt on the inside. It has a different color collar. That's how you know it's nice. I'm here with Mike Preisner from Eyes Left Podcast and Abby Martin from Empire Files. Hi, thanks for coming.
Heyo.
Thanks for coming into my studio. I appreciate you making the trip. And we talked about this on Saturday's show, but I got a response, so we're gonna revisit it. The MSNBC tweeted this out. New Democrats vote to strip superdelegates of power and reform caucuses ahead of the 2020 presidential race. Donna Brazile tweeted out, Democrats voted to remove automatic delegates from the first round of voting. Now, the first problem with this tweet is already apparent. She calls superdelegates automatic delegates, which is gaslighting 101. So there she is. Automatic delegates? Oh, they're automatic. They're not super Oh, that's just, it sounds like something that just Jesus created when he invented political parties. What, do you have your automatic? Oh, automatic. I didn't. So it doesn't sound as corrupt as superdelegates, which is corrupt. So she says Democrats voted to remove automatic delegates from the first round of voting, which is everyone's cheering this, right? I mean, like grassroots people, activists, even people went on hunger strikes to see this happen. Even Tom Perez realized that they had to do this. So they did this, but Donna Brazile did not want this to happen. In fact, she gave a 10-minute impassioned speech supporting superdelegates. Did you hear about that? Yeah, she did that. She
not
did
surprised.
that. So she says Democrats voted to remove automatic delegates from the first round of voting, but we still have seats at the table. We are still in the room and very much capable of setting the menu. Hashtag power rising. So what she really should have put was a hashtag power to the powerful. Because that's what she's doing. And I think she screwed up and didn't realize that she wasn't sending an email to her friends who are donors. And what she did was she tweeted this out like, oh my God, this is my private position, not my public position. So what she's telling voters, grassroots activists, progressives, everybody who was for getting rid of superdelegates, what she's telling you is we still set the agenda. We're still going to find a way to nullify your votes. And the elites are still driving this bus. So as much as you think you matter, you do not matter. We still matter more. And who is she saying this to? She's saying this to her donors because they're nervous. They're like, well, now we don't have any control over who becomes your nominee. I don't want to give you guys all this money if we can't control. Are you going to let Bernie Sanders become the goddamn nominee? That's what this is. And so what she's saying is, no, don't worry. Just like we totally cheated him last time, we have many ways to cheat him this time. To me, that's what that is saying. So, let me throw it over. Do you think that's what she's saying, Mike?
Yeah, no, she's talking about the kind of democracy that they want. Like, you can sit at the table and decide on things, but we set the menu, meaning we get to decide what you're going to get to decide on.
Yes.
So, yes, it's more democratic, but you only get to discuss and decide about the things that we put on the menu.
Yeah, like if we don't want to talk about Medicare for all, you don't get to talk about it either. Right. You don't get to vote on it. Don't worry. If we don't put it on the menu, they don't get to have it. That's what she's reassuring her donor class, right?
It's just astounding that she said this publicly again. I mean, she was the center of all the controversy with the feeding elections to Hillary Clinton. She did that public resignation. What was it, CNN, that she was a host for? I mean, it's just amazing to me that she's coming out there and she's like, no. She's like, don't worry about this. Because everyone was all excited about stripping superdelegates. She's like, no. We're still setting everything. I mean, who are these people? How out of touch are they with normal people? They don't acknowledge inequality. They don't acknowledge the reality of this country. They're just straight up talking to their corporate donors, and that's all they are. Unbelievable.
I sent this to my friend Steve O, who hosts Aggressive Progressives with me at the Young Turks, and he 3 times emailed me back, what am I missing? What is she saying that I don't understand? Because he can't believe that she tweeted that. So he's literally like, I have to be missing something. And I'm like, you're not missing anything. He writes back, come on, I have to be missing. This can't be what they're... And I'm like, no, she's literally doing what you think she's doing, Steve. She's reassuring donors publicly that don't worry, we still control the party. Don't worry about those pesky voters.
It would be like Tom Perez being like, don't worry, we're going to immediately ban this fossil fuel thing again. Like, don't worry, guys. I know that this is like a public thing. It's all fake.
So 2 months ago, to her point, 2 months ago, they took a vote at the DNC, and overwhelmingly, they decided to not take fossil fuel donations anymore. That got a lot of headlines. 2 months later, just recently, they did it in secret. They overturned that rule. So she's saying, this is her going, don't worry, we can overturn this at any time we want anyway. Don't worry about it. And we can do it in secret. So here's what Peter Deuce says. You tell him, Donna, Democrat elites will still be deciding what the peasants and peons get to eat. Thank you very much. Hashtag own together. Hashtag still withering. That's what that says. That's what that says. By the way, Donna's original tweet only got like 165 likes. His thing got 792. Then I said, so I tweeted this out. Donna Brazile comforts the powerful over superdelegates, reminding them not to fret as they still have control over the party and can nullify will of voters. Power to the powerful. Hashtag the resistance is the assistance. So she comes back at me. She comes back at me. She says, please do not speak for me. I don't know what kind of, that just goes to show you what a disingenuous debater Donna Brazile is, because we know she's a cheater and a liar already, because that's why she had to resign from CNN. She got caught lying and cheating. And who was she cheating? She was cheating you. She was cheating the progressive people. She wasn't cheating the Republicans. She wasn't cheating the Russians. She wasn't cheating the Iranians or Al Qaeda. She was cheating you, the American people. She was cheating half the goddamn Democratic Party. You, and eventually the entire country. That's who she was cheating. She wasn't cheating our enemies. She was cheating us. And she had to resign because she's a frickin' cheater and a liar. And she says, please do not speak for me, which is her being a disingenuous debater, lying also, because I'm not putting words in her mouth whatsoever. I'm commenting on the words she used. She says, you can disagree. I don't disagree with you. I agree what you're saying is true. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm saying I know what you're saying is fucking true. Not disagree. So again, this is her knee-jerk. Their knee-jerk, the people in power, is to gaslight. And that's what she's trying to do. She's trying to pretend like she's trying to shift the argument into something it isn't. She's trying to have a straw man, like somehow I'm putting words in her mouth and I'm disagreeing. No, I'm not disagreeing with you, and I'm not putting words in your mouth. She says, but I know what I stand for and what shall never stand in a democracy like ours. That's just empty gibberish. What stands right now is corporate corruption, legal bribery, and you cheating. What actually stood in our democracy was the entire Democratic primary was election fraud. That's what actually stands in our democracy. And you know how I know it was election fraud? Because you told me it was. You personally, Donna. She says the right to vote is sacred, but apparently more sacred for others. For some than others. It's more sacred for superdelegates. The right to vote is sacred. That's what I'm saying. And it shouldn't be superseded by someone who's powerful or rich. The right to vote is sacred. No matter if you are a pledged majority delegate or unpledged minority, we cannot change a perception problem this way. It's not a perception. See, this is what the Democrats think. She's still pretending it's a perception problem. That's what Debbie Wasserman Schultz said. That's what Nancy Pelosi said. That's what Tom Perez said after they lost to Trump. We got to get our message out. No, your message got out. Your message is you're just like the corporatists who own the Republicans, and everyone knows it. That's why half the country doesn't vote. So this idea that it's a perception problem. So I said, hey, sad to see you double down on sticking up for the powerful over voters. The fact that you're not embarrassed by your original tweet is why you and Democrats are losers who lost to Trump and are wiped out at every level of government. Congrats on taking fossil fuel donations. Dave Anthony, the host of The Dollop, very popular podcast about history, he says Donna Brazile literally just tweeted what Jimmy Dore called her out on, and then she told him not to put words in her mouth about the thing she just tweeted. And then he links all the tweets. That's what. So if you understand why progressives want nothing to do with the Democratic Party, and why Bernie's effort to sheepdog people into that party is failing. This is it. They're not changed. They're just as bad as they ever were to Democrats. They're not changing. So this is a stunner. That was like, oh, I thought she was gonna like delete the tweet or say that's not what I meant. But no, she's such a good liar. She knows to pretend like she's attacking. She knows to apologize for being horrible. So because she can't admit what she's doing. So she pretends that she's being attacked or something. You're putting words in my mouth. She's just a fucking horrible liar. And that's why the Democrats only have 26% people in the country consider themselves Democrats. 47% of people, Americans, consider themselves an independent. So almost twice as many people consider themselves independent as consider themselves a fucking Democrat or a Republican. People are sick of this shit. And it's too bad because people are actually ready for a revolution, and Bernie Sanders is not giving it to them. Let me throw it over to you. Any other words about to see that play out like that? Were you surprised she doubled down on it?
Well, it's funny to see her say that the right to vote is sacred, which just sounds like a good slogan. But in her context, she's talking about the right to vote for superdelegates is sacred. And to talk about, a democracy like ours, but a democracy where we set the agenda on what you get to vote for.
Yes.
So it's good when you look at just her tweet. It's like, oh, yeah, those are values I stand for. But when you look at what she's actually saying, right.
Yeah. When you look at what she's actually, I'm not kidding. Steve-O 3 times emailed me. Come on, I have to be missing something. No.
I hate when people are like, we just need to make the Democrats care. The Democratic Party is designed to basically fall in the hands of corporations while talking out of both sides of their mouth. So like the Ocasio-Cortez phenomenon, you have Tom Perez acknowledging she's the future of our party, right? Because they really want to capture that energy. But then you have Amy Goodman confronting him at the Unite the Families rally or whatever that they sponsored. And he actually said, we love Ocasio-Cortez. And she was like, well, do you actually support single payer? And he said, I support affordable healthcare. So they just keep doubling down on completely empty rhetoric, speaking out of both sides of their mouths.
And that's only because they have to please their donors.
Yeah.
They know right now, even the majority of Republicans are for single-payer Medicare for all. Did you know that?
Yes.
Now, even the majority of Republicans, something like 80% of Democrats. So this is called a banana republic, I think, or this is they are not at all responsive to their. I mean, that's the minimum. Chomsky says the minimum that what you're supposed to have in a democracy is the elected officials represent the people who voted for them. We can't say that we give you that. So even guys like Paul Krugman admit that we live in an oligarchy as he's making the case to vote for Hillary Clinton. He was admitting, yeah, we live in an oligarchy. That's what it is.
I mean,
so we don't have a fucking democracy. And so people who wag their finger at people who vote third party, are colossal assholes.
Yeah, I mean, I was just going to say that Democrats, I hate them so much because, unlike Republicans who are just unabashed monsters, anti-science, all of this, the Democrats pretend to be on your side. They literally exist to co-opt this revolutionary language and movements time and again to just bring them over to a voter base. It's just disgusting because at least we know what the Republicans stand for. These people are corporate shills and they'll just grovel to their masters every single issue and fail time and again, whether it be the environment, human rights, or democracy, apparently.
Democracy. Yes, you're 100% right. And then she put all these bullshit flowery language around it. Like, I know what I stand for and what won't stand in democracy.
Dare you.
The sacredness of a vote. And you're sitting here arguing for undemocratic shit. You are comforting the 1%. Don't worry, you guys still control us. And then you do something like that publicly, which is why Donna Brazile is a bullshitter first, in the middle, and at the end. And I've had a lot of people on the left say, no, we got to reach out to people like Donna Brazile. She's the one who told us that the election was all rigged. She's the one who tried to make it right. Bull fucking shit.
She got caught.
She got caught. Exactly right. And Donna Brazile is part of the people who have to go. Why would you want to be in a party with a cheater liar like that who cheated and lied to you? And is doing it right now. She can't help herself. She's right now out in public. What? Power rising? Power rising. Yeah, the powerful are finally going to have their day. Thanks for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed. Even if you think you are, you're probably not. It only takes a second to check, and then you have to ring that bell so they send you a notification when we drop a new video. Otherwise, they won't tell you when we drop new videos. And if you like our show, please help support it. Become a patron. We give you hours of bonus material every week, and we give a live stream. We do a live stream every Saturday at 2 p.m. Pacific time when you could ask us questions and we answer them back. Thanks for your support.